Did you know that some cheeses are actually banned in the US? That's right, not all cheese is created equal, and today we're going to explore the hidden and sometimes shocking world of cheese. We're not just talking about your everyday cheddar or mozzarella here. In this video, we're diving into the secrets that lie within those creamy, tangy, and sometimes stinky wheels of cheese. From the curious ingredients they're made of to the ancient techniques still used today. And yes, even the reasons why certain cheeses are kept off the shelves. There's a lot you probably don't know about cheese, and we're here to uncover those facts. So, if you're a cheese lover or just curious about these dairy delights, stick around. Let's start from the very beginning. Did you know that cheese dates back over 7,000 years? Researchers have found evidence of cheese making in the remnants of ancient pots in Europe. And it's believed that cheese was discovered accidentally from stored milk turning into curds and whey. Over the centuries, as civilizations spread and exchanged knowledge, cheese evolved with them, becoming a staple in diets across the world. And here's a quirky piece of cheese history for you. Cheese was once used as currency. That's right, in ancient times, cheeses were so valuable that they were used to pay rent and taxes. Imagine paying your bills with a wheel of cheese today. This just goes to show how important cheese has been through history, not just as a food, but as a commodity in its own right. Moving on to what's actually in your cheese, most of us know the basic ingredients: milk, salt, and some kind of culture or enzyme to help the milk coagulate. But have you ever looked at the label on a package of shredded cheese? You might be surprised by what you find. Beyond the usual suspects, manufacturers often add something called cellulose. It's actually wood pulp. Yes, wood. It's used to keep the cheese from clumping together in the bag. Now, you might be wondering if that's even safe. Well, cellulose is considered harmless by food safety authorities, and it's a common additive in many processed foods. However, the idea of eating wood pulp might not sit well with everyone, and there's ongoing debate about the overuse of additives like these in our food. It's important to stay informed about what's really in your food, so you can make the best choices for your health and diet. Now let's dive into how cheese is actually made. A fascinating process, really. It all starts with milk, which is warmed up and then mixed with a special culture. This culture helps the milk ferment and start turning sour. Next, an enzyme called rennet is added, which helps solidify the milk into curds. These curds are then cut, stirred, and sometimes cooked, depending on the type of cheese being made. After the curds are separated from the liquid whey, they're pressed into molds and left to age. During aging, the cheese develops its flavor and texture, transforming into the delicious final product we all love. But here's a twist in the tale. Some cheeses have their own unique secrets. Take Morbier, for example. It's known for its distinctive black line running through the middle, which originally came from a layer of ash. This ash was used historically to protect the cheese overnight, before more curds could be added the next day. Today, the ash is purely aesthetic, but it's a nod to the cheese's rustic origins and the ingenuity of traditional cheesemakers. So, next time you slice into a Morbier, you're literally tasting a piece of history. Believe it or not, some cheeses are so controversial that they're actually banned in certain parts of the world. Let's talk about a few of these forbidden cheeses. First up, Casu Marzu from Sardinia. This cheese is infamous for containing live insect larvae. Yes, you heard that right, live larvae. The larvae are introduced intentionally to break down the cheese's fats and give it a very soft texture and strong flavor. However, because consuming live larvae can pose health risks, such as intestinal infections, Casu Marzu has been banned in the European Union. Another banned cheese is unpasteurized Époisses from France, known for its extremely strong smell and flavor. The ban in the US centers around the fact that it's made from raw milk, which can harbor harmful bacteria and pathogens if not handled correctly. These cheeses represent unique traditions and tastes, but due to health concerns and strict food safety regulations, not everyone can enjoy them legally. It's a fascinating example of how different cultures view and regulate food safety. Let's dive into a fascinating comparative analysis that'll really get you thinking about the cheese you eat. We often hear terms like artisanal and industrial thrown around. But what do these really mean for the cheese on your plate? Let's break it down and separate the facts from the common misconceptions. First up, artisanal cheese. These are the cheeses that come from smaller scale producers who often use traditional methods passed down through generations. The milk might come from a local herd, and the production process is usually hands-on. The result? Each batch of cheese can have unique flavors influenced by everything from the local environment to the specific diet of the animals. Now, compare that to industrial cheese production. This is where things get high-tech and large-scale. The focus here is on consistency and volume. Milk from multiple sources is combined and standardized, which means you lose some of those unique local characteristics. But it's not all bad. Thanks to strict regulations, the safety and consistency of industrial cheese are highly controlled, making it a reliable choice for many consumers. So, while you might think artisanal is always better, it's not just about the romance of traditional methods. Each type has its place, depending on what you value in your cheese, be it the unique flavors of artisanal or the consistent quality and affordability of industrial cheeses. Next time you're at the store, take a moment to consider the type of production behind your cheese choices. It might just change how you appreciate your next bite. Now, let's clear up some misconceptions. One of the biggest myths about cheese is that it's universally high in fat and bad for you. While it's true that cheese can be fatty, many varieties are perfectly fine in moderation. For example, mozzarella and cottage cheese are on the lighter side when it comes to fat content. It's all about choosing the right cheese for your diet and enjoying it in reasonable amounts. So, next time you hear someone say all cheese is a diet no-no, you'll know that's not the whole story. Choosing the right cheese can be a bit of an art. But with a few tips, you can become a pro in no time. First, always check the label. High-quality cheeses will have a short list of familiar ingredients, like milk, salt, and natural enzymes or cultures. The presence of real ingredients suggests a cheese that's been crafted with care. Next, consider the source. Cheese from renowned regions or local farms often has a richer flavor profile due to the specialized techniques and better quality milk used. If you can, taste the cheese before buying it. This isn't always possible, but many cheese shops and some supermarkets do offer samples. Trust your taste buds. Good cheese should taste clean, not overly processed or artificial. Now, what to avoid? Steer clear of cheeses that list unpronounceable additives or artificial flavors. These are often signs of lower quality product designed to last longer on shelves rather than provide flavor. Also, if the cheese looks excessively oily or dry, it might be past its prime. High-quality cheese should have a consistent texture and appearance. Armed with these tips, you'll be picking out the best cheeses like a seasoned connoisseur. When it comes to cheese production, not all methods are created equal, especially in terms of their impact on our environment. Many traditional cheese-making processes can be resource-intensive, using large amounts of water and energy, and producing significant waste and emissions. But there's a greener way to do it, and some cheese producers are leading the charge with sustainable practices. These eco-friendly producers focus on using renewable energy sources, recycling water, and implementing waste reduction techniques. For instance, some farms use the whey, a byproduct of cheese making, to create energy, or as a nutritious feed for livestock instead of letting it go to waste. This not only helps reduce their environmental footprint, but also makes the process more efficient. The difference these practices make is substantial. Traditional methods often contribute to soil degradation, water scarcity, and increased carbon footprint. In contrast, sustainable practices help conserve resources, reduce pollution, and promote biodiversity. Next time you're shopping for cheese, look for brands that advocate for these eco-friendly methods. Not only are you getting a delicious product, but you're also supporting a healthier planet. If any of these facts surprised you, or if you've got a cheese fact or story of your own, please share it down in the comments. I love hearing from you and can't wait to see what you share. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Catch you in the next video.